Oh, well, hello there. I didn't notice you come in. Welcome to Book Review Corner, where I review a book in a corner. Today's book, The Midnight Line by Lee Child. The Midnight Line is the 22nd in the Jack Reacher series of books by author Lee Child, and I absolutely loved it. You know what you're getting with a Reacher book. It's like slipping into a familiar blanket, a warm, comforting, violent, ass-kicking blanket. Lee Child, in a recent interview with the BBC, said, "Someone like me is never going to win the Nobel Prize. This is not admired literature. This is entertainment. I humbly request permission to disagree with 33% of your statement." I was indeed hugely entertained, but I can't help but admire the craft of a Reacher book. His books aren't groundbreaking, there are rarely big, huge twists. I would describe the writing as functional, but that almost does it a disservice, and I really don't mean to. He writes with economy, short, punchy sentences, but you never feel like you're missing out. You never feel shortchanged. There are no long descriptions, no rambling, pointless dialogue. Everything is there to do a job, and it does it well. I eagerly awaited the release of this book. I pre-ordered the Kindle version, downloaded it at midnight on the release day, and started reading straight away. Like a kid at Christmas sneaking down to open presents early, I allowed myself only 1 or 2 presents, just the first 2 or 3 chapters, not completely submerging myself in the story, just getting a hint, just getting a taste, whetting my appetite. I often struggle to find the time to read, and for me, audiobooks have been an absolute lifesaver. I downloaded the audiobook narrated by the excellent Jeff Harding. Jeff Harding has a voice like rocks in a cement mixer, and for me, he is the voice of Reacher. When I picture Reacher in my head, I'm not picturing Tom Cruise. The less said about that particular bit of casting, the better. I don't have a clear picture in my head, and I think that's the way Lee Child intends it. I have an outline of a man, a big, burly, as my father would say, built like a brick shithouse, but his face is almost sort of nondescript and blank. Child himself describes him as being quite forgettable, but for me, the voice, absolutely Jeff Harding. I came to the Reacher series relatively recently, getting the first one when it was an Audible deal of the day, and started on a breathless romp through all, at the time, 19 books. Now, the yearly wait for my Reacher fix is long and painful. I feel comfortable in allowing myself to get excited for the next one, however, because I know I'm in safe hands. I know Mr. Child has my back, as well as Reacher himself would. If you haven't read any of the Reacher books, it doesn't really matter where you jump in. There is little crossover. Knowledge of the previous story is by no means needed to enjoy the current. Jump in wherever you can, and I'm deeply envious of the long, winding journey that you're about to take with Mr. Jack, no middle name, Reacher. Thanks very much for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed. Please let me know what you thought of this or any of the other Reacher books. Hit me up on Twitter or Instagram. Please also like, share, subscribe, tell everyone you've ever met and anyone you truly love. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next one.